What's up, everyone? We're live with Ukko versus Kozan. Kozan ran out of people in Gosu to beat, so we had to go external. And we're setting up match 1 here. I'm joined here with Lyra. What's up, Lyra?
Hi. I'm excited to see this match.
It should be good, TVZ. Kozan's been extremely solid recently. I feel like his builds are really clean.
Yeah.
And here we go. And might as well ping everyone in SC2 events.
Ah, yes, the dreaded tag all.
I usually do Marauders because I feel like if you signed up for the clan, you deserve it.
Yes.
Alright, so this is a best of 7. In the top right-hand corner, it's the Red Zerg player, Ukko.
In the bottom left, representing Team Gosu, one of the strongest members of our pro team, who's gone first and second place in our power rankings. It's Kozan.
Yeah, I definitely have to study his replays because he's very good at TVP, and I'm not.
By the way, did you confirm that this is how he says his name, is Ukko, instead of like Ukko?
I did not. I apologize if I'm saying it completely wrong.
We should have asked him.
Maybe after this game. Like, can you send me a pronunciation key? Let's see, Ukko or Ukko would both make sense to me.
Maybe it's Unko.
Ukko?
Could be anything. Maybe he pronounces it completely irrespectively of how it's spelled.
It could. Maybe the K's are silent. It's just Uo.
Maybe it's an acronym for something.
I don't think so. Although I guess that's more likely than the K's being silent, to be fair.
So, I'm not sure if I've seen Ukko play before, but Scrubbles introduced him as just a very strong standard Zerg, so I think we're in for a good match. From what I've seen at Kozan, he also typically prefers to play pretty much straight up. You know, not necessarily cookie cutter standard, but, you know, not far from the beaten path.
Okay, we'll have to see. Kozan does a 20 scout. Sees the hatch is up and running. I definitely like scouting a little earlier than that because otherwise you don't know if you should take your CC on the low ground or not. But maybe he just cancels it if there's no hatch.
Well, he scouted at 19, right?
It's either 19 or 20, yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, the Reaper goes down! That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's really not good. And Ukko immediately puts a Roach Warren down too, just grinds salt in the wound.
That's... You know what? I like to see that. Maybe that sounds... Maybe you're surprised by that sentiment, but this is what I expect, because if you lose your Reaper, you deserve to get hit by a very fast something, whether it's a fast lair, Roach Warren, Bane Nest. If you didn't want to get all in, you should have kept your Reaper alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be impossible for Kozan to see, I mean, unless he does a random Hail Mary scan.
And he's also gone 3cc. I can't believe he committed to the 3cc despite losing the Reaper.
Yeah, I
feel like
no idea.
On paper, this is just losing for Kozan at this time. You know, we were expecting to see, you know, kind of a longer, straight-up macro game, but I think we're very unlikely to have that in this particular set, as we've got 4 Roaches and Lings on the way. No drones in sight. And even 2 Lings get in the net as the Hellions walk out. And then the Hellions are gonna almost lose one of the Hellions to the Roaches because he's distracted by the Ling.
Well, at least Kozan got some heads up about the Roaches. He's going to start 2 Widow Mines on the factory, and he has a Banshee on the way, so maybe he could survive, but it's a lot of Roaches.
This is definitely the right move, retreating up to the high ground and sacrificing the Nat. That'll buy him the time to get the Banshees out. It's still painful, but I don't think he'll lose.
Yeah, I mean, he won't even lose the natural, so...
Well, he loses a refinery.
Yeah. Actually, Kozan's handling this very well. He's not even really taking any damage except for the refinery.
Yeah, but I mean, despite that, Zerg has a sizable drone lead. So I think Ukko's probably happy with how this turned out anyway. Forced loss mining time, got a little bit of damage done, threw Kozan off his groove. Sometimes that alone can be enough. You know, if Kozan goes in for 3cc, expecting to hit a really sharp timing, like at 8 racks or something, well, he's not going to hit that timing anymore. And then sometimes it can be hard to gauge where you're at relative to, not just to your opponent, but relative to where you expect it to be. And that can affect your decision making.
Yeah, and Kozan definitely a little bit thrown off. He was blocked at 61 for a little bit. But I don't hate his spot. He's on 3cc, he's only 8 workers down. I feel like this is fine for him.
Yeah, I'm almost a little surprised that Ukko didn't drop a 4th base. Like, he is droning hard. He's definitely looking for a macro game. Oh, he's got the drone going now. I think he could have taken a greedier timed 4th, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, certainly Kozan wasn't going to be able to move out with anything, but he does have the 2 Banshees sharking around. Ukko has the spores in the right place already.
And these do not have cloak.
Oh, did Kozan cancel it? He started it up at one point. But yeah, he doesn't have it.
One Banshee getting very low. The Hellions come in, but... well, that's 6 drones.
Yeah, if he gets out with them too, that's not nothing. Well, he gets out with a couple.
I'm kind of surprised that went well. I didn't like that he went to the same spot with the Hellions as he did with the Banshees, because that meant Zerg's intention was already there. But somehow, he gets out with half the Hellions, gets 6 drone kills total. Still a sizable worker lead for Ukko, but at least it's something for going well for Kozan.
Well, unless he just loses them here. Rip. So Spire... oh, good.
I was going to point out Kozan dropping a quite fast 4th CC, so I don't think we're going to see him try for any aggressive push.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Spire. He put it at the place where the Banshees and the Hellions were. I guess that's where you least expect it.
It is a little weird, because it's pretty likely the Hellions would come back in, but he also killed them all, so he doesn't care. What happened to the Banshees? Oh, they're back at home now.
Yeah, the one just took way too much damage. Like, if they both went down to like yellow health, you could keep them on the map and try and snipe some tumors. But with one really low, that one has to go home, and it doesn't make sense to keep one Banshee out on the map, because Banshee's 3-shot tumors or 2-shot drones, and you're just not likely to even get a second shot off on drones at this stage.
Yeah.
Oh, denial on the 5th.
That's helpful. Oh, miss micro though on that pickup. Kozan losing one of the drops.
Those guys were asking for a pay raise.
And Kozan does see the mutas now coming in with another drop in the northern side of the map. And you know, there's a lot of these too.
Fire. He focus fired 2 of the mutas. Those 3 can't kill this medevac. Or at least they shouldn't be able to. If it changes its trajectory. There we go. Another drop. Oh, it looks like a kill this time on the 5th in the bottom right.
Okay. So little wins for Kozan. I think he's still... Actually, I mean, I still like his spot. He's 73 to 76 workers and a little bit of a supply deficit, but...
The big thing that is not going his way is upgrades. His armory was late, and he only just now started 2-2, whereas you would want them to finish in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Kozan is pushing out in the top of the map, though. Looks like he's bringing everything together. Yuko's almost... Looks like he wanted to intercept him in the middle, but chooses not to.
It's a lot of mutas. 16 mutas.
Yeah, and they're getting on top of that drilling claws upgrade, too, it looks like, although they don't finish it off.
Well, Kozan pulls everything back. I think Ukko could have gotten a lot more damage done, but he was worried about Kozan's push, so he wasn't, like, focusing on maximizing damage with the mutas. And so since he bails early, Kozan's free to push out again. There's a big max force coming from Kozan. Neither of them will have 2-2, so the upgrades are even for this fight.
Yeah, one tank going down already for Kozan, but... I guess the main thing is, I mean, with only 2 tanks here, he doesn't have a whole lot of splash for the Banes.
And a big chunk of his force gets killed by the surround.
Well, taking a big fight. Oh my god, that mine was disgusting.
It was, but it was still a Zerg victory.
Yeah.
Even with that many Banes going down to the mine, I feel like Zerg can probably counterattack in earnest.
Well, he is gonna try. Another decent mine shot, though.
Massive supply lead for the Zerg. 2-2 just about to finish for both players.
Yeah, definitely a much better trade for Ukko in that fight.
Yeah, like you said, he had a mix of tanks and mines, which means he didn't have enough of either. I find it's like impossible to push with both tanks and mines and then like position and micro them correctly. So if I have a mix, I'll choose to use all of the tanks either defensively or on the push. And, you know, the mines will do the opposite. So maybe I'll leave tanks at home for run by defense and push with Marine, Medevac, Marauder, Mine. Or I'll leave the mines at home for run by defense and push with the tanks. I find it makes the control a lot more manageable.
Yeah, that works. I would definitely opt for the tanks over the mines if I have to micro both. But most of the micro for the mines is making sure your Marines don't die to them.
Well, Kozan defends. He's getting up to a max. They have even upgrades. I mean, as time goes on, Terran's actually gonna get an upgrade lead, because even though Ukko's Hive is done, he just now started 3-3. So, Zerg has a big bank, but with their both maxed, we just have to see how the fight goes.
Yeah, do we have more splash this time? We have a Thor, at least for the mutas, but only 4 mines here. I don't know how you fight this army with 4 mines.
Hey, all you need is one good mine, you know?
True. I mean, I think if he didn't have that godlike hit last fight, he would be out of the game right now, because there'd be another 20 Banelings in that counter push.
Speaking of counter push, 28 Muta is going for a base trade. Ukko calmly drops his 5th base because he's got a 6 at 12 o'clock. The Mutas are just wreaking havoc on these reinforcements.
Yeah, Kozan's scrambling back with Marines trying to kill some of these. The mutas are actually taking a fight here, but they might even win. Although, he is losing a lot of them. But yeah, Ukko just cleaning up all the Marines, and Kozan's got to send more.
It's unusual, but he's got armor, +1 armor for the mutas. That's what's making him slightly tankier than you'd expect. They took a big mine hit, but the mine only killed one of them. It just, you know, gave the rest some boo-boos.
Yeah, Ukko does get one of the upgrades. Fortunately for Kozan, it was armor. So +3 attack. will still finish soon, but that hurts either way.
Ultralisk Cavern coming from Ukko.
Well, both players.
Kozan's starting to mine out. His, I think it's the third one, the triangle, is 16 out of 8. Ukko drives him back from 12. 6 o'clock is also slightly oversaturated. Oh no, the Thor died in the medevac. Ukko here with a big bank.
Yeah, and I really think Kozan just needs more splash in these armies. He is making 3 mines at a time now, which will help a lot, and he did have a few mines that finally pushed Ukko back, but not taking good trades.
Yeah, this situation's tough because despite getting the hive, Ukko has committed to muta production until just now. Now we see infestors and ultras coming out. So for Kozan, he probably feels like he needed to stay on Thor Widowmine production because there were just so many mutas. You know, if you try and switch to, you know, a composition that's going to better deal with the hive tech too soon, you get overrun by the mutas. But now he's kind of stuck on this more mid-game focused army, trying to trickle in ghosts now. These are fully upgraded ultras.
Yeah, well, good mine hits on the retreat once again. Oh, one of them just went off on the Marines. But yeah, no Marauders here for these Ultras, and like you mentioned, they're fully upgraded, and there's 4 of them, so there's just no way for Kozan to kill these right now.
He's gonna have to kite them in a circle around the entire map, and even then, I'm not sure if they would die.
They're gonna die to stim before they kill those Ultras. But Kozan desperately just trying to stall the army here while he gets some Marauders out, but I mean, I feel like the numbers are just growing. There's 6 Ultras now. Even some Infestors joining in. But there is 1 Ghost out here and 4 Marauders, so eventually Kozan will kill this, but with the reinforcements coming across from Ukko, I think Kozan is in a really tough spot here.
He's got more medevacs than Marines at this point.
Yeah. And the 4th base of Kozan will fall. Ukko probably heading up to that 5th base now if he knows it's there. Yeah, he does. And actually, Ukko just gonna back off and remax, I guess.
Oh, Maple says it's pronounced Ukko, not Yuko.
It's Ukko? Oh, thanks for correcting me, though. At least the rest
right.
of the games will be right. Yeah, you did. Oh, did Parm say it? Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, Parm. Parm gets the original credit.
Nonsense. I don't see anything from him. Thank you, Maples. Oh, this is a tough position to be in. He's trying to get aggressive on the map, but the Ghost just will never get snipes off that way.
Yeah, 46 slings on the production tab, just finishing up. Kozan just trying to get the Ghost numbers up, I guess.
GG.
GG, yeah. Oh, well played. I mean, Kozan, I was amazed that he didn't take a lot of damage at all of the roaches, despite opening 3cc and losing his Reaper. Oh, well played.
Yeah, both players did real well there. I'm really impressed by Ukko's discipline with his gas. Zergs that go real heavy Lingbane Muta can fall into a trap where they overmake Mutas. And he made so many, I thought that he might fall into that. But he did make sure to set aside enough gas to go Hive, got his Hive on time, got the Ultras Cavern up, and then kept making Lingbane Muta after investing in Ultra Speed and Armor. so that he could do, a very comfortable switch to Lingbane Ultra with fully upgraded Ultras, where sometimes it's awkward trying to go Ultras because, you might have 2-2, maybe 3-3, but you don't have that speed and armor yet. But he set it all up very well.
Now, Ukko gonna go up 1-0. And we're going into game 2. Oh, I gotta fix... It's best of 7, not best of 9.
And it's Ukko.
And it's Ukko. God damn it. Alright, here we go. In the top left-hand corner, it's the green Zerg player, Ukko.
In the bottom right, he's down 0-1. Can he tie it up? Representing Team Gosu, Kozan.
So no proxy racks yet. Do you think... Does Kozan ever cheese? I don't know if I've seen him.
I feel like I've only seen his T versus P.
That's true. It's always against Maples or Rocker.
Yeah. And at least in T versus P, he'll switch it up between like Reaper Expand, Marine Expand, or 2-Gas Expand, where the latter is, somewhat more aggressive than the others. So I imagine he has probably a similar structure in T versus Z, where he has varying degrees of aggression in terms of his builds. Last game we saw him go for a Reactor Hellion 3cc build into intended Cloak Banshees, but canceled Cloak to help him deal with Ukko's aggression. Aggression that was... I don't know if it was planned or if it was a reaction to Kozan blundering the Reaper very early. I mean, it was like a 245 Roach Warren or something. Normally Zergs just can't get away with that because they have to wait until the Reaper's chased off by speed.
Yep. Gildan's saying it's pronounced UKKO. So, I have to say that every time now. It's way too many syllables, I can't do that.
No, Rocker's saying it's Ukko.
Ukko like Coke. Oh, okay. Okay.
Alright, Rocker and Maples need to go beef, and whichever one wins will accept their pronunciation forever after.
I like that. Works for me. Doesn't work for Ukko, though.
I think he's just happy to be playing. I don't think he cares what we're saying.
He will, in fact, never watch this stream.
He's streaming his own perspective. Like, I hope these guys don't think it's Yuko or Ukko. It's actually Uo. The K's are silent.
By the way, guys, if you want to watch the first-person perspective as well, you can go to Twitch TV/GM Ukko as well.
Oh, 3cc coming out of Kozan again. I like that unflinching approach. Just, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. I don't care how the last game went. I'm not going to let you get in my head. I'm not going to play these psychological games. I'm not going to fear another roach attack. I'm just going to do what I want.
Also, he has his Reaper this time. I think the Roach Horn was 100% a reaction to the killing a Reaper.
Probably. Well then, besides the absence of an early Roach Warren, we look to maybe have a game paralleling the previous one. Last game, I don't want to call it a standard macro game, but it was certainly a macro game nonetheless. I think Kozan got into trouble by underestimating Ukko's discipline. Seeing so many Muta, I think he thought he could win on like a 3-3 timing, which is when typically Lingbane Muta can fall off, where if you're not going Hive, all your gas is just more Banelings, more Mutas. It's hard to get that Hive, hard to get 3-3, so Terran can get an upgrade lead. But Ukko was playing disciplined, got that hive tech up, and Kozan was kind of forced to keep just trying to trade and being aggressive, because then he would just have to defend the rest of the game. But that made it pretty much impossible to make his own late game transition. So we have a single Banshee coming out. Looks like it's something to just, in case roaches do come, make him a little safer.
Yeah, and he might get a little damage with it, just some scouting information as well. Ukko doesn't have a spore, any spores anywhere, so even one Banshee can kill drones pretty quick if there's no queens or spores pushing it away.
Yeah, and Ukko was trying to take an absurdly fast 4th base, and it died. He didn't cancel it, it died to the Hellion Reaper, who got on top of it when it was very low HP.
Oh, just now, I missed that. And a lot of Hellions coming in here, gonna get a lot of drone kills. There's really no Lings here to wrap them around just yet. They do show up now, but 10 drones already going down.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty good damage for Kozan. He hasn't even sent in that Banshee yet. It's just been chilling at the top.
11 drones and I think 20 Lings.
Yeah, quite a bit. Resources lost heavily favor Kozan at the moment. A bit of a lingering by at the 3rd base, though.
The Banshee tried to go in, it got shooed away.
Yeah, it is nice just having something across the map like that, just to keep an eye on what your opponent's doing. So, like, he'll see this Hydroden in the layer, for example.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, I think the layers maybe not as interesting.
Yeah, well.
It is interesting seeing Ukko go this, I guess it's not early, it's a normal time Hydralisk Den, but getting it before the Evo chambers.
Yeah, the upgrades.
He's got a lot of gas too. My understanding is the optimum ratio for Lingbane Hydra is you saturate 5 extractors, but he's on 6. I wonder if that means he wants a little extra gas to afford a hive transition sooner.
Yeah, I think so. It's not like he has a spy or anything, so... Yeah, I assume we'll see a hive once he uses up all the larvae.
So we've got a push coming from Kozan. It is spotted by Ukko. I wonder if he's gonna drop the main, threaten the push, and then just drop.
Yeah, he did set up one of the tanks, the other one just sieging now. Seems like kind of a waste to throw away the tanks if he's going to go for the main. But this push from Kozan does seem pretty strong. He's not overcommitting, and it looks like Ukko doesn't think he's going to be able to save the base, so he's just going to pull everything away.
Yeah, I mean, Ukko doesn't have a Bane nest. He doesn't have 1-1. He just has Hydras, like pure Hydra.
No Bane? Is that a mistake? I feel like you can't play without Banes in PvC.
I think he's trying to hit a Hydra timing. Like, I wouldn't expect it to work, but maybe he's got, maybe he expected something from Kozan he thought it would stop.
No, Kozan's got better upgrades too. He's sitting on, oh, I guess they're even now. They're both on 1-1. Hydra counterattack. Kind of just getting shut down by the reinforcements in the tank. And the main push of Kozan is just doing a ton across the map. I don't know if Ukko can survive this.
Well, these Hydras needed to turn around. I liked the Hydra counterattack at first. It canceled a CC. It stopped reinforcements, but then they just got bogged down. And GG is called. We are tied 1-1.
Yeah, Kozan bringing it back. And that means Ukko gets the next map pick. I got an actual picture for Kozan for the overlay. I don't have to just like... See, he has the default Discord icon in Discord, so I asked if there was something else I could use.
Yeah, that last one was a very strange game. Ukko trying to take an absurdly fast fourth hatch, I assume to take advantage of Kozan's 3cc. But then his momentum got stopped when the hatch got sniped. The Hellion Reaper rolled up on it when it was like 100 HP. They just burned it down and killed it, and he just instantly dropped another hatchery.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I wasn't even looking for that. Like, I just assumed that Hellions wouldn't be able to kill it.
Yeah, it was like a minute, 15 seconds earlier than normal. And Ukko was maintaining it. I don't want to say absurdly good drone count, but it was a pretty good drone count. Like, probably better than you would normally expect. And Kozan didn't care. Kozan was not worried about SV production. It wasn't exactly, but it was similar to something that Maru had done. I think in the GSL on in the last map pool, the tall map that has like fire in some spots.
Oh, Dragon Scales?
No, last map pool.
Oh,
It
I don't
had
remember last map pool. It's been like a few weeks.
Fair enough. I can't remember what map it is. It had like bridges in the middle. But Maru had an interesting build where it was a 3cc build, but he only exactly saturated 2 bases and just went into like basically played as though it was a slightly more economic 2 base push. And that was similar to what Kozan was doing, where he wasn't worried about fully saturating 3 bases. He just got a 3rd orbital, almost for just more scans.
Yeah.
And just attacked.
Well, not having a 3rd against Zerg is scary to me, though. I feel like they already scale so well to not, like, try to match that. I don't know.
I mean, it was funny. They Tastosis were laughing about it, and who's Artos's replacement? I think it starts with a state, and State and Tasteless were laughing about it too. When there was a meta where Terrans were going CC first into just committed 2 base pushes in the GSL, it won 100% of the time, and then they just stopped doing it ever again.
Yeah, I mean, if it works. I mean, I know Maru knows what he's doing, so...
Oh, so we got a pool first coming out of Ukko. Who was in the top left, by the way. Instant Roach Warren.
Alright.
So we've got a very different game.
Kozan going out with the 20 scout once again. Or 19, I didn't see.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You rally the 19th SCV. Well, it's either the 19th SCV and the SCV making the barracks. One of them builds the CC and one of them scouts. I like this timing because I think against most pool firsts, you don't need to cancel the CC. And against situations where the pool is so fast that you do have to cancel the CC, that you're not even behind because the Zerg's done so much damage to themselves.
Yeah. Kozan did scout the Roach Warren with whatever the scout was, and Bunker going up on the high ground once again.
It was an SCV. Yeah, so only 1 gas by Ukko, so he's not really going to be able to afford Ravagers. I'm not sure if I like this.
It kind of feels like he's not going to commit after getting scouted, so...
He's making lings, though, not drones.
Oh, true.
Like, only lings.
He is getting a Ravager. And Roach is coming in, but Kozan's once again pretty well set up, has a tech lab just finishing on the factory, so probably gonna go Cyclone. Actually not starting anything on the factory, I guess he's just gonna... Oh. I guess it'll be a tank. A little bit indecisive, I almost thought he was gonna try to get a Banshee out.
Yeah, it looked like he wasn't sure what he wanted to make. I don't like this bunker placement because he can hit the depot and the bunker with vials if he chooses. And you can't really repair this depot because the bunker blocks it. It gives Zerg a pretty tasty target. But I do like that Kozan preemptively made an extra depot in the back of his main to help prevent supply blocks from happening.
Yeah, that's actually a very good idea. The only thing with putting the bunker a tile back, though, is I feel like you can hit the other depot without the bunker being in range.
I mean, that's already happening. These bios are hitting the wall.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, I like this Viking killing the Ovi. Means that Ukko doesn't have high ground vision for bios easily. And bold move by Kozan to drop the depot twice now in order to repair the wall. I usually just let the wall go. I figure it's not worth repairing if I'm probably going to lose it anyway, but Kozan actually holds it. And he scoots this tank down to the low ground. Again, Kozan is playing this situation with much more audacity than I ever could.
Yeah, and at this point, Ukko's pretty behind. I feel like he went super all in on that and just really didn't get any damage done at all, aside from delaying the mining at the natural. I guess forcing a bunker.
I don't understand it. Like, it's one gas, so you can't get that many Ravagers total. There's no speed, but he was only making Lings. Like, look at all these useless Lings. What if these were all drones? Well, like, half of them were drones, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think Ukko was thinking I'm gonna bust the wall and the Lings are gonna flood in, but then the wall never got busted. Although, actually, did you mention there's no speed? Because...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand the Lings then either. Never mind.
Probably... Well, I don't know. I wouldn't call it a mistake, but how do you accidentally make Ravagers instead of speed? Like... It has to have been deliberate. Wow. An ignoble end for a heroic Viking.
Yeah, got a couple of overlords and some good scouting. But Ukko's third, only just finishing now, even on workers with Kozan. So I think the game's definitely not over, but I definitely favor Kozan at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And he's gearing up for a push. He's got no third CC yet. He's got +1 coming. Stim's mostly done on a 3-rack setup.
Samo sidekick complaining that there's no cheese command on Twitch. My bad, guys. We'll have to add that. What were we thinking?
Well, in a perfect world, you wouldn't ever need to use it. Oh no. Ling's trying to Ling's that only just now got speed trying to retreat through a slow zone. Have you ever seen something so sad before?
No.
So the push coming out from Kozan, Stim is done, Combat Shields is not. He's got 4 tanks.
Yeah, I don't know how Ukko stops this.
I think he'll stop it by saying GG.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, he can end it. He can't stop the push. But he can end the push. Oh, pulling drones now, that's never a good sign. Well, actually, he probably will clean this up, but he's gonna lose everything.
He's not cleaning up anything.
Never mind.
GG.
Alright, Kozan going up 2-1. Well played. So do we just keep doing show matches with Kozan until he loses if he wins this one?
Absolutely.
Step up the difficulty of the opponents every week until we get the time.
Excuse me, that's Olive to you?
Excuse me. Oliveira, of course.
I'm just gonna call him Olive.
Do wonder if he'll switch his name to that after a while. I feel like 4-syllable names don't usually last long.
I'm sure it means something important to him. I just don't know what. Did anyone ask him in an interview?
I don't know. I don't think I watched the interviews for that. I just watched the games. So let's see, what maps are left? Got altitude, dragon scales.
Oh, forgive if New Breed is watching. Forgive us for the 2-month-old spoilers.
My bad.
Don't worry, Samo. We're not discounting Ukko. We saw how strong he was in Game 1. I'm sure that last game was a fluke.
Yeah.
Something went wrong with the build. No matter how good someone is, mistakes still happen. Like actual mistakes. Like whoops, I canceled my CC mistakes. You know.
Done that a lot. I canceled my barracks once in a TVT, and I was just sitting there for a second because I didn't know what to do, and then I just said GG and left.
So one thing you could do in a situation like that is go CC first in a ninja base and hope that the enemy panics too hard by seeing nothing, that they play overly defensive and you can catch up.
Yeah, that's a plan.
See, you gotta be prepared in case you cancel your barracks. See, now you're looking forward to the next time that in a T vs T you cancel your barracks. You're like, yes, I can try the plan.
I'm gonna do it intentionally now just to see how it works.
Perfect. You can do it every matchup now.
Although, if I'm gonna do it intentionally, I might as well just not start the barracks and just go right for the hidden base.
By the way, I'm still very impressed by over 34 games maintaining your 100% win rate in T vs T.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't match me against Terrans. I don't even hate the matchup, it's fine. I feel like a lot of people would, like, give a kidney for my matchmaking.
When I want to practice T vs T, I don't get it. When I don't want to practice T vs T, I only get it.
Yeah. That's just how it works. Although, because of all these EVCs I've gotten, I got back into Masters. And for no other reason.
I don't know what's keeping you down in T vs P. For some reason, T vs P's been my highest win rate matchup for a few months now.
That's disgusting.
Ever since... I mean, that was true even before the patch, but ever since the patch came out, I've been, like, really, really unsettled in T vs Z and T vs T. Still trying to get my bearings, figure out what I like, what I don't like. But T vs P, it's like, well, what I was doing before didn't really get changed by the patch, so I'll just keep doing it.
Apparently, Ukko's bugged. I don't see his chat in the channel. So, I'm just gonna do a party.
Surprised we didn't already have one.
Well, I can't invite Ukko because he's not accepting from people on this list. Thought maybe he was tilted or something and just needed a minute, but nope.
We call that technical difficulties.
Alright, players are ready. Here we go into game 4. And in the bottom left, from Team Gosu, it's the green Terran player Kozan.
In the top right, the red Zerg, representing the team that I don't know what it's called, with the clan tag APPR. It's Ukko.
I think it's Apprentice Esports.
Apprentice Esports.
I'm making that up, but it makes sense, right?
Oh.
It's like an AE symbol and then APPR. I think it's that. I apologize if I'm not only mispronouncing Ukko's name, but also misrepresenting his team. Rocker confirmed it's
Apprentice. Thanks.
We did a lot of research before this stream. We were well prepared.
Sorry, Rocker. I don't catch these Apprentice guys in ladder too often.
Hey, in my defense, I thought I was going to be the camera, okay?
Yeah, that's right. Rocker, what are you doing in the Twitch chat? You were supposed to join us as a caster.
I think he said he had something, but... I'll just read Rocker's comments in the chat, and that'll be my casting.
Well, so far, standard openings. Hatch first from Ukko, Reaper Expand from Kozan. I wonder if Kozan's just going to go Reactor Hellion 3cc every game.
I mean, it seems to be working for him.
Well, I guess he didn't make it to a 3rd CC last game. Didn't need to. Ended with a sharp 3 racks timing. While Ukko was recovering from the damage he inflicted to his own economy. You know, even if the cheese didn't work last game, I'm happy to see it out of Ukko, because you need to employ stuff like that in a series, as I know you're well aware, just to kind of put the fear of God in them and keep them honest with their builds before you see, like, CC first, 3cc.
Yeah, some people, if you open 3 racks, you win the rest of the series, because they're just so tilted they can't play properly anymore.
Or they're playing too defensively and get behind against standard.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3cc coming out of Kozan.
I think this is just his standard build. I'm definitely curious if he ever switches it up, though, in this matchup. So I think, besides last game where he was on the defense, I think this is all I've seen from him in this matchup.
I personally don't go 3cc very often. I don't like it because I think you give away too much information to the Zerg. Like, if you go for the second gas and make, you know, whether it's a battle cruiser, cloak banshee, raven, liberator, Viking plus something else, you know, maybe those units don't get as much damage done. Like, the damage that they get done, maybe you'd feel like it doesn't equate to the economic lead that you would have had in a 3cc, but it keeps the Zerg guessing. Like, if it's not 3cc and it's banshees, you know, battlecruiser, etc., they have to wonder, I think, always, is there an armory I couldn't find with my Lings? An armory I couldn't find with my Overlords? Is there a Hellbat all-in coming? You know, just, it kind of keeps them on edge. And maybe that makes them play not as greedily. But when they see the 3rd CC, it's, oh, I can just hold down the drone key. You know, we saw in Game 2, Ukko's response to seeing a 3cc again, after not going for that early Roach Warren, was, I'm going to get a 445 4th base. I mean, it didn't work out, but it could have.
Yeah.
And how is a 3cc going to compare to a 4th base timing like that? Like, I think I would rather be behind with a slower 3rd cc than have Zerg be ahead with a faster 4th hatch.
Yeah, although Kozan did punish the drone key pretty hard with Hellions that game too. I think he got 11, and there just weren't enough Lings to keep him at bay.
Right.
But I don't know if that was just not enough Lings or positioning, or could have just been positioning.
There's a Liberator being slightly annoying in Ukko's main, but not for much longer.
Yeah, just getting 1 kill. That is a slight deviation in Kozan's build, though. I think he's gone Banshee every other time.
Yeah. Well, did he go Banshee last game? I know he made the Viking.
Oh, true, yeah, he went Viking last game. But Hellions marching past the Queens, they do not give a fuck. And once again, there just aren't that many Lings here to deal with this, so I think these are going to get a bunch of drones again.
Yeah, it's a little strange. Normally, Zergs have, like, better spread Overlords to see the movement of the Hellions, and then their creep spreading Queens shadow the movement of the Hellions, and the Lings they have just sit in the high ground of their Nat, or even on the main ramp, and just, if the Hellions dive for a run-by, then they go first around and sandwich them between the Queens and the Hellions. But Ukko's Lings are more active, and not to his advantage. And, I mean, his creep spread's been very good, but he has no Overlord spread out. Just about all of his Overlords are just in the back of his natural. And just sending out even 2 or 3 of those, like, even if you lose some of them, it would be better to lose a couple Overlords and have to remake those than to lose the, 14, 15 workers he just lost?
Yeah, for sure. But that being said, he is back up to 72 workers already.
Combat shield's done. Kozan hits Ukko's main with an incomplete double drop. Small harass force moving in the west to multi-prong. Ukko misclicking his pool.
Push at the 4th base or 3rd base for Ukko. Some pretty good mine hits. And Kozan just gonna pick up. Oh yeah, Rocker, sorry, I updated my in-game overlay, but I didn't update the stream title to say best of 7. But yeah, this is a best of 7, not a best of 9.
Kozan getting pretty good trades here. Although one medevac goes down, but it was empty. Another push in the west.
Coming back up the ramp, Widowmine's burrow. And Kozan getting the creep at the very least. And looks like he's trying to bait some mine shots, but he does eat a Bane himself. Good target fire on the Baneling.
And on the Muta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of puzzled by Ukko's play again. Again, very, very late 1-1. And I'm not sure what the trade is. Like, he doesn't have a large number of Banelings. His Spire seems to have been slow. You know, he's only got... he's up to 10 mutas now, but I don't feel like that's even an impressive number at the 9-minute mark. And so these trades are going astronomically well for Kozan because he's up a whole upgrade pair. And now these mutas are being used offensively. And with Kozan already opting for Widowmine-based bio, he has kind of a soft counter prepared for the Lingbane Muta.
And Kozan's army's pretty big here. I think with some good Widowmine connections, he could actually just push through. Oh, that's not a good Widowmine connection. Wrong direction.
I think Ukko liked it.
Oh, still though, Ukko losing some mutas here every time he engages, and there's still a lot of Marines and a lot of mines.
I'm surprised resources lost is so close, but it is gradually, incrementally favoring Kozan.
Oh! That was almost very bad for Kozan. Good pick up at the last second.
Yeah, a pretty decent mine hit, dragging those Banes in.
Well, that was a good mine shot there. Kozan just kiting back with the Marines, and I mean, resources lost is starting to favor Kozan pretty heavily now. He's about 1,000 minerals up. But just these little trades getting so much value out of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if the creep spread here was cleared out by Kozan, or if this has always been kind of a gap in the spread. But it's, you know, Ukko's kind of just running straight at Kozan, whereas he would really like to have a surround, but it's hard to get a surround because the creep doesn't get behind where the Terran is.
Yeah, there was creep on the very first push, but it wasn't super far out. It was just on, I think there was one on the bottom of the ramp and a couple on the top.
Kozan with much larger army value, although most of that is in medevacs, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, he does make a lot of medevacs. I like to switch to Liberators after you've got 6 to 8. And then just have random run-bys with libs.
Yeah, it's a good policy.
But Kozan does eventually get the 3rd base. I'm not sure that Ukko cares too much since he already has the 5th base location up and just transferred the drones. So still anyone's game, I think.
I think Kozan is crushing. Ukko has a hive, but he can't afford to start 3-3. He hasn't started Adrenal Glands. The hive is just like an expensive way to give his lair more HP right now. His Baneling count is tiny, his Muta count is tiny. I see no way for him to hold this. And 12 o'clock is killed, not cancelled. These counterattacks are getting shut down. The counters are so small that they're smaller than the brand new reinforcements of Kozan. Kozan doesn't actually need to go home.
Yeah, looks like he is going to turn around. Ukko coming in with the Banelings, but Kozan kiting off creep. It actually does kind of feel like creep was a big problem in this game for Ukko, because he can't really set up surrounds, since he doesn't even have the creep out on the left side.
Yeah. But in part, I still feel like it comes down to the build. You know, choosing this build that has neither a fast spire nor fast upgrades, this strange kind of middle of the road build, gives him no edge that I can see, and so it makes him hard to contest the creep clearing of Kozan. Although, I can't tell who's going to win this. There's a lot of mutas left over. I think Ukko actually clears this. If those medevacs go down, oh, just enough reinforcements. I think Ukko's about to hold this, though. There's not a lot. Yeah. Kozan has 14 Marines in the entire game. He has, well, okay, 10 more just came out, but
11 medevacs for 14 Marines.
yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
I mean, it does mean the Zerglings can't really kill them, but the Banelings can.
And so can the Widow Mines.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ukko keeps trying to take 12 o'clock. Like, I guess he's got some creep there, where he has nothing at like 5 o'clock, but Terran isn't at 5 o'clock, and Terran is at 12 o'clock, so I'm not sure if the creep makes a difference there. Ukko pushing through. I don't think he's going to get anything decisive done, but it is good for him to seize the initiative, make some action happen finally on Terran's side of the map, although he wasn't able to restart the 5th base during that time. And although he has 3-3 on the way, he has not begun adrenal glands. And that's probably more important than anything else that the Hive has to offer.
Yeah, at least he kept his mutas alive. I was a little concerned the Marines were going to pick them all off there. But Kozan shifting his focus to the east side of the map now, pushing this 5th base location. And not a lot of creeps coming out here either. So Ukko just going to give it up.
Run by in Kozan's 3rd, but it's going to get cleaned up. And these mutas are dying to a Thor.
Yeah, looks like it's going to take out all of them. Oh, one survives.
Oh, that worked out better for Ukko than I thought, but he's still losing the game with no 4th base anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's the real problem. He's got the drones, but nowhere to mine. And Kozan just pushing through, killing Ukko's 4th base. And Ukko down to 2 base now. He has another big run by in Kozan's 3rd, but Kozan has a 4th base he's mining from. It is planetary. So, oh, and with those mine hits, there's just not a lot here from Ukko.
Yeah, I mean, the run by here is mildly annoying, but when Kozan's army shows up in earnest, it'll get cleared out. Kozan just too strong.
Yeah. Nobody can stop this guy.
Has this been on East every server or every match?
Yeah.
Here, switch to Central. Throw Ukko a bone.
I mean, might as well. Aren't they both East, though? I think he said he preferred
No.
East. Or did he say he preferred Central?
He said he preferred Central, but that
Oh,
East
I should've been-
was second best.
I should have been switching off then. But we'll play the rest of them on Central.
Well, I'm kind of surprised we're still in the game. It feels like it's been decided.
Yeah, I mean, Ukko's not even trying to put up his hatches again. He's just long distance mining with like 1,000 drones. Thanks for the sub, Novastar.
Still no adrenal glands. Man, adrenal glands is like a permanent stim pack for Zerglings.
Ukko engaging on this army in the north, but it's too much. GG Kozan going up 3-1. And we're on match point already.
Wow, Ukko actually outspent Kozan. Yeah, Ukko had better mining the whole game. Just worse trades.
Yeah, I mean, Ukko was mining the 4th and 5th base locations during all the action at the top middle base.
I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be back in a second.
Alright.
I think this game, if we have another macro game, I'm gonna watch Ukko's build more closely. Did they say they were ready?
Oh, I've just been going unless they say they're not ready. We can always
Well,
remake if it's premature.
Well, they have been saying, ready.
Well, there's the one with the delay. I waited because we broke the momentum, but
Oh, okay. I guess we'll find out soon enough whether or not they're ready.
yeah, if one of them isn't here, we'll just remake. All right, in the bottom right-hand corner on match point, it's the green Terran from Team Gosu, Kozan.
In the top left, representing Apprentice Gaming, can he bring himself from the brink of defeat? It's Ukko.
We are on Central now, so everything is different. So, Apprentice Esports. Thanks, Maples.
Hey man, esports and gaming, those are the same thing, okay?
Let's be honest, teams just pick the suffix randomly anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch Ukko's build more closely. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I've noticed, I don't know if it was every game, but I think in the last game in particular, he had a 5-minute layer, like, started. Which is, it's not bad, but it is late. Normally you see more like a 4-minute layer, so that if Cloaked Banshees are coming out, you can make an Overseer, and so that when you're fighting Bio, you can start Bane Speed sooner. But he's getting the later layer, but he's also getting exceptionally late upgrades. Normally it's like, okay, you're getting a late layer because you want faster upgrades. You want to beat Terran to 1-1. Or, if you want a fast layer, not for Overseers or Bane Speed, maybe get a fast layer for like a 5-minute 30 Spire or something. But then his Spire's also coming post 6 minutes.
Yeah. Ukko does seem to like playing with mutas.
Well, he's used them twice. And he tried Hydras another time. So what you're saying is 50% of the time he doesn't use mutas?
Basically what I'm trying to say is a very balanced player and uses many strategies.
Naturally. So we have a second gas coming out from Kozan, so it will not be a 3cc this time. So I think we can expect something a little more aggressive. Based on Ukko's expansion pattern here, taking the triangle base, I don't know if that's what just made Kozan decide to do this, but he is a lot more vulnerable to something like Cloaked Banshees or Battlecruiser, because those air units can jump back and forth between the third and main, whereas Zerg's defenders, the Queens, cannot cover that gap so quickly.
I do really want to see a BC opening.
My guess is we'll see Cloaked Banshees.
Feels bad.
I feel like BCs aren't very good anymore.
Yeah. It is a pretty expensive opening if it's not going to get anything done.
Kill like 2 drones and then get shooed away by the Queens.
Yeah.
Kill an Overlord on the way out.
Yeah, Banshees are a lot easier to keep active on the map early on, especially. It's just because they're faster.
Faster, and because of the threat of Cloak, if they're just going after creep tumors, the Queens can shoo a BC away from creep clearing. But if they don't have an Overseer with them, because they were relying on the spores for detection, then Queens can't push those Banshees away. Oh, so we have Marauders and a Medevac coming out, and Armory in the Nat. So we have a Hellbat Marauder push. So something much more aggressive. This is, I would say Cloaked Banshee is more like standard. This is like actual aggression. So we've swung the opposite way from the 3cc.
Yeah, I actually really like this build too. It's a pretty intense Hellbat timing. And the Marauders can deal with the Queens.
Yeah, Ukko has not that many lings. Oh, he's got some more coming.
Oh wait, we saw a Kozan series against Prototype where he did this build.
I think I missed it.
I think it was against Prototype, but it was one of the power ranking games.
So this should be really tough for Ukko to hold. He has no Bane Nest. Normally you need Banes to fend off the Hellbats.
Yeah, and Hellbats have concussive, so the queens actually can't really run away from the Hellbats. And it looks like Ukko's just saving the Lings because they're just going to die if they go in anyway. But I don't know how he's going to stop this.
I think he's not. I think that's it. Well... yeah, GG. Kozan takes it 4-1.
Wow, well played. Alright, well that's gonna do it. Kozan winning, I think, what's it, $70 for the winner, $30 for the loser? So,
Yes.
$70 for Kozan, really well played, gonna take it 4-1. Thanks again to Ukko, that was a lot of fun to watch and some really good games.
And if you like this kind of content, if you're not already a Twitch subscriber or a subscriber to our Patreon, if you have anything to donate, it would be appreciated. And know that any such donations or monthly contributions go directly towards hosting events like this.
Yeah. Alright, so let's find somebody to host. Let's see. How about Vindicta? Oh no, obviously Yuko, sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. That's gonna do it. And we'll see you next time.